Hello, what is going on, YouTube fam? This is JMU, where in part 3 we are gonna get this thing through. And get through this we shall. It has been a few weeks, no excuses, guys. Even though I have been working 60 hours a week, I think there was definitely a couple of instances where I could have done this, but I did choose to spend time with people instead. You always gotta find time to spend with family and whatnot. So anyway, the show must continue. So part 1, we talked about pre-selection and why that's important as a man to have people know your name, right? And then we proceeded to and also why it's important to be able to have an abundance mindset. Then we moved on to part 2, which we are talking more specific in terms of the difference between dating women in their 20s and dating women in their 30s, which was night and day difference. You guys can go back to part 2 to check that out. But here we are in part 3. In part 3, we are going to talk about plausible deniability. This topic does not get talked about too often in these kind of spaces. There's only one person that I've seen that's ever really mentioned this, but that is what we're gonna go into in this particular video. So, and I know it's been a few weeks, so we did leave off on this man right here has just got done breaking it off with these 3 ladies that you see on the screen, and is about to deal with the current girl that he has right in front of them. So with that being said, we are going to go ahead and play this thing and take a look at the interactions as to what transpires after he is done with these 3 ladies.
We are not done.
You really are as bad as they say.
Oh no, dear. I am just a little bit worse.
Of course, you never treat me that way, right?
No. I just did that for you. Cleaning my plate for the main course.
You're the biggest jerk ever.
I hope you guys are ready for an important lesson. So, there is a lot to unpack here, even though there was a very small interaction, but there was a lot of micro interactions there. So, first off, she bear witness to how he dealt with those other 3 ladies. So, she not only was aware of his reputation, but saw it firsthand. And so, after he was done, she proceeded to make the comment of, "Oh, looks like you are as bad as they say." So, but yeah, she's still there, right? And this man even doubles down and mentions that he's actually just a little bit worse, right? And this next interaction, what is going to delve into the whole plausible deniability topic we're talking about. So she asks him, "You would never treat me that way, right?" And he responds, "No, I just did that for you. What you mean?" Right? So that gave her he essentially gave her the green light she needed to go ahead and proceed with making the decision that she is about to make. Even though she knows deep down this is a bad decision, she knows he's bad news. She's seen exactly how this man treats other women, but she likes him enough to the point to where she does not care, but she needs a viable excuse to get involved with this man. And so how does she do that? She needs to have plausible deniability. She needs to be able to set this situation up where she can say that she was misled, and he said one thing but did another, right? So plausible deniability works in a few different ways, right? But in this particular situation, women do stuff like this all the time. They use plausible deniability to alleviate any responsibility or any accountability from the choices that they're going to make, right? And this is why women love bad boys. Women love bad boys because bad boys do a couple things, right? Bad boys are very, very good at giving them plausible deniability. Bad boys know that these women want to make bad choices, like getting involved with said bad boys, and bad boys are more than happy to oblige and take the responsibility all off of them and put it on themselves. up front, of course, so women love a man that can essentially take all the responsibility away from them and put it onto the man. And this is what bad boys are really good at doing, right? Also, bad boys, where unlike good guys, the reason why a lot of gals are not too fond of the good guys is because when it comes to good guys or nice guys or whatnot, a lot of the women have to continue to put up this image of this perfect angel, right? And so where they know that if they are not seen as a perfect angel when it comes to nice guys, they will be judged by said nice guys. And this is why they flock to bad boys, because bad boys know that these women are not angels, they're not sugar spice and everything nice. And on top of that, not only do the bad boys know that they're not like this, but they also do not judge them for it either. So that is a doubly reason for a woman to get involved with a bad boy, because she knows a bad boy will not judge her, and the bad boy essentially gives her permission to behave badly, to make a bad decision, to not always have to be perfect all the time. This is the allure of bad boys, and they do it by giving the woman plausible deniability. He gives her the room to be able to say that I didn't plan this kind of stuff. One thing led to another and things just happened. But in reality, that's, if we know women well enough, women are smarter than men when it comes to social based situations, right? Women plan things by simply showing up, by getting dressed, by getting prettied up with the makeup and all that. So, that doesn't really hold too much weight at the end of the day. If you really, if you understand that women are very, very smart socially, they set a lot of things up, they plan a lot of things by what they do beforehand. Preparation is big. So let's continue.
In fact, you're even famous for it. No, really, why am I doing this?
Well, it usually has something to do with your father.
Oh, please. I've never even met my father.
Well, come to Papa.
And to top it all off, we got daddy issues as well. This woman has never even met her father, hence probably why she is in the presence of this man in the first place. And this makes sense as to what happened in part 1, where he said some things that appalled her, but at the end of the day, she was still ready to rip her clothes off for him, asking him to listen to her music and that she's more than her looks, because she craves that validation. It all ties into daddy issues. When it comes to daddy issues, the need for that attention and validation takes it to a whole new level. So, yeah, there you have it, guys. Let's recap. Plausible deniability. The reason why women love bad boys is because bad boys give them plausible deniability, right? And it gives them the ability to be able to deny any responsibility in the choices that they make, right? So again, that's only one way of plausible deniability. There are other ways of plausible deniability as well. Like, for example, if you got a girlfriend and she's going out to the club or whatnot, or let's say she went to the club, right? And she comes back and she tells you about some guy, but says, but nothing happened, right? You don't really know if anything did or didn't happen, but there's a situation where it's an eyebrow raiser, but she has enough room to be able to deny any kind of, just the ability that space to be able to deny stuff. You know what I mean? Even though it's in questionable scenarios, questionable situations, they always want to have the ability to have plausible deniability at all times, to be able to, again, alleviate any kind of responsibility or whatnot. I didn't plan things just happened. That's a big one. And that's why bad boys are good at what they do, because bad boys can do all this because they take the lead and such. But guys, hopefully this taught you something about plausible deniability and why women love bad boys, because of these reasons, right? Bad boys take the lead and take all the responsibility off of them and whatnot. So this is very, very important. Women do stuff like this all the time. So with that being said, guys, this is JMU and I am signing out.